Hello. In today's tutorial, we'll be going over how to fill out the template for requesting a new position or location or requesting an update to a position or location. You'll start by opening the template file that can be found on our support site, and you'll first notice that there are 4 tabs at the bottom here. So the first tab is the overview of the request altogether. So for this example, we'll use requesting a new position. So you'll first put in your account name, and this will be the name of your company, so the client name as it appears in TalentReef. Then you'll choose from this drop down here, new position request. If you wanted to make an update, you would choose the update position request. Or if you were going to request a new location instead, you could choose no, not a position request. But we are going to request a new position today, and you'll see right below here that there's an option to clone another position. So essentially that would just communicate to account services that you want a position created with the same configurations as a position that already exists within your company. So if you wanted to clone a position, you would just click here, and in the drop down, select clone existing position. Right now we're going to create a new position altogether, so I'm going to choose do not clone existing position. If you do choose clone position, make sure to put the name of the position you want to clone in here in this cell. It would be the same if you wanted to request a location instead. You would just choose no on position and instead choose yes for location request, but since we're requesting a position for this example, I'm going to choose no, not a location request. And you'll notice that as I go through these completion statuses are changing to check marks. If it has this exclamation point still, it just means that it hasn't been filled out. Obviously, not everything will need to be filled out. So for example, for the location request, this is not a location request. So we won't need to fill that out, and notes are also optional. So it makes sense that these still have the exclamation point. But if you were going to submit a location request, you would just choose from the drop down whether you want to clone an FEIN number or create a new one. And then you would also choose whether or not you wanted to clone an existing location or create a new one. If you are cloning an existing location, you would click here and enter in the location ID of the location you want to clone. And again, you can add notes in here as well. So we are creating a position request, so we'll go to that tab here. So today we're going to create a position. We'll just call it team member. Then you'll scroll down to fill out the position description. Again, if you were going to clone a position that was already existing, you would put the position you were cloning here. The department name, we're going to put this under restaurant crew, we'll call it. Then which locations you want this position to be associated with. So for this one, I'm just going to write associate to all locations, because I'm going to want this team member position at all the locations that I have available to me. If you want it just at specific locations, for example, if you have like a delivery driver position and you only have certain locations that do delivery, you would then write in the location numbers for only the locations you would want this position associated to. If you have a custom payroll file and need additional mapping, you can indicate that here. For this example, we're going to just choose no, and then you would put in the mapping codes here if you were going to choose that. And then we'll just go through the rest of these and fill them out with the appropriate responses. Once you've reached the end and you've filled out all of the applicable fields, you can then save this document as an Excel file and send it in. If you have a location request as well, you'll go to the next tab here where it gives you all the fields to fill out for a location request. And it's essentially the same thing. It's even shorter actually, but you'll put in your account name, answer all of the questions that apply to you, and then it even has a reminder here to complete the location configuration details, and that will be this final tab here. So you'll have up to 10 locations you can enter in the information for, and this is things like the address, city and state, all of the things that the team here will need to know before they can configure your location. If you do have more than 10 locations you need to configure at once, you can reach out to us directly and we can help you figure that out as well. But in case you're wondering if you've done it all, you can go back to the client request overview, and if you scroll up, you'll see that there are check marks near our name and the position requests, and all of the position requirements have been filled. If this were our location request as well, we would look for the check marks in those areas as well. And so once we've saved this document as an Excel file, it's time to go and submit it to the Talent Reef team. Once you filled out your template and saved it, you'll submit on our support site, which is talentreefsupport.com. Just go to the page and click this green bar that says submit a support request. It will lead you to this enterprise services form where you can fill out your request. And to do so, you'll just fill in the fields like so. For the case subject, you can just put your company name and what you're requesting. Then select what you want to request in this drop down at the bottom. So for this one, we're submitting a positions request, so we'll choose positions and click next. Here you'll put in the number of how many different positions you have in your position requests. We only have one today. And then you'll upload the file you've saved. Once that's uploaded, add a brief description, your preferred method of contact, whether that be phone or email, and the business impact this has to you. Once you click next, you'll get a confirmation letting you know that you submitted your request successfully, and you can just click finish to be directed back to the beginning. If you have any additional questions while you're here, don't hesitate to search keywords in our support site to find articles with answers to your questions.